got to let you in, fall and let you go. I'm giving it up for maybe.
Hey, I'm Payton. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do some scary stories because it is spooky season over here in October. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah. I want to like have a good amount of like fall themed content on the channel this year, and so you know, we had a fall get ready with me, which if you haven't seen that, I will link it up there. But I'm super excited because what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through the scary story Reddit page. I know that's wrong. I'm so sorry. Anybody who uses Reddit, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so okay, I don't know if these are gonna be scary or they're gonna be like not scary and we're gonna be making fun of them. I genuinely, at this point in time, I have no idea. This is literally just reading Reddit, the Reddit, I want to say blog, but I feel like that's not what the Redditors call it. I don't know, but I'm reading that, like r-scary stories. That's what we're reading. It's not a dash, it's a / I don't know. Wow, can you believe I'm a computer scientist? Because I can't. Did I just upvote this? No, I don't think so. Okay, so my scary story. I should have ordered this by top posts. I don't think I did that. I sorted it by hot. We'll do hot, even though we all know that sorting it by top is better. I think that's what I've been informed by people who use Reddit. Okay, my scary story. A few weeks ago, my parents finally bought my little brother a phone. After a few weeks of using it, I was getting annoyed. My parents put my contact information in it, so that means he can text me or do a video chat anytime he wants to. He would frequently try to call me just to tell me random things. That's adorable. I'm very confused about why this would be bad. Why that would be bad. So I tuned it off all my notifications for my brother. Fast forward a month later, me and my brother walked down the street to a community basketball center. When we got there, I realized I forgot my Gatorade at the house, so I told my brother to wait there while I went back to grab it. I went inside and grabbed the Gatorade, but on my walk back, I got a message on my phone that said a blocked number would like to video chat. I blocked the call, I got the message again, but then again I blocked it. I don't think you block it, I think you just not do it, but that's fine. When the third time I got the message, this time accepted. I expecting to see my brother on the other line, but I didn't see my brother. On the screen was a small house in the middle of the woods. I said, "Hello, is anyone there?" Then the camera turned to reveal an older man in a brown coat with black dirty hair. I asked, "Who is this?" And he turned the camera again to reveal my little brother and him. I had enough of this and ran to the basketball court. My brother was gone. I immediately called the police, and they were at the court in about 3 minutes. They sent us searching the woods, and 15 minutes later, they came out with the old man and my brother. The man had taken my brother whenever I went back to the house and was going to do who knows what with him. I'm just glad that I accepted the call, or who knows what would have happened to my brother. What? Okay, so that was the first one. I don't know how to respond to that. Like, I don't know if it's real. I doubt it. But it's weird, that's for sure. It's not scary though. I want scary stories. Come on, let's get some scary stories. Okay. Home Alone. Okay, these all have like 11 upvotes. Let me go to top of the week. Top of the week. Okay. One sentence horror story. My sister is a fury. A furry. A fury. My sister's Nick Fury. Sorry. No, it's my sister's a furry. That's funny. I appreciate that. Grew up in a 110-year-old house. Okay, I grew up in a 100-year-old house. It's not... People said my house was haunted growing up though, so maybe. But really? And also, especially if you're from like the East Coast, like, those houses are old, man. Okay. Grew up in a 110-year-old house. These are some of my unfortunate memories. It started when I was 8 years old, maybe before that, but I can't remember. It's unfortunate that I remember the things that I'm going to recall in this post. Whether it be the pots and pans rattling, the footsteps coming from upstairs my grandmother told me were mice. They probably were. Sorry. Or the general feeling of unease being being in that house at night. That's not, it said I'm that house at night, but that's fine. I'm not gonna say that it was pure terror or misery for the entire time I lived there. Some days were pretty good, but it shaped my paranoia and taught me how to ignore things that would absolutely terrify a normal person. Okay, this is kind of fun. I refused to sleep upstairs in my room by myself, so my grandmother allowed me to sleep on the couch in the living room. My grandparents were weird. My grandfather slept in a bed in their bedroom, and my grandmother slept on a couch in the living room. I slept on the couch opposite of hers. The house was really old, but my grandmother had some serious OCD, so it was nice, clean, and everything had a place. And there was a place for everything. Okay, it's... I knew something was off with my grandmother from the beginning. She was so bitter and sometimes just plain cruel. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the house, is what I'm hearing. I think my dad playing with the Ouija board in our house when he was young started everything. It told him the order him and his 2 friends were going to die, and they all died in that order. Whatever he let in that day affected me and my brother very intensely. Wait. What? So he let it in when he was young, but then I guess it stayed in the house, and possibly possessed my grandmother and caused her hatred. And you know, it might not have been that, bro. She might have just been bitter. Like, she was old and, like, born during the Depression, probably, based on the age you probably are. Just saying. Okay. Or, like, baby boomer era, like, during World War II, so just, like, not a great time, you know? The strange things only stopped happening after she died. Unfortunately for us, there was a lot to endure before that day finally came. That's kind of rude. Honestly, like, that's kind of rude. Like, before she finally died, before that crazy woman finally died, like, that's your grandma, bro. Like, that's your grandma. Okay. I remember laying on that shit-colored brown couch. Oh, colorful language. I love it. Trying so hard to sleep that I would hear the pots and pans in the kitchen being rattled around. My grandmother knew I was going to say something about it, and like an automated message speak up. Say it was Grandpa. Oh, okay. So, like, she would be like, fuck off. Like, I know you're gonna make a comment about the fucking pans. But he was upstairs in his computer room. I would have heard him come downstairs. It was not Grandpa. After they stopped, I would hear footsteps all night long in the room above us. Once again, like a machine that sensed my fear, she would say, just go to sleep, god damn it. True. I was young, but I knew a mouse didn't weigh enough to have footfalls like that. This is so funny to me. I'm sorry. So that was my early childhood there. Nothing too serious, too T.O. But as I got older, things began to get more and more intense. I was 15 when decided I was too old to be sleeping in the living room with my grandmother. Really? You were 15? Wow. Little late, buddy. And besides, I was sick to death of falling asleep to Golden Girls and fucking Lifetime TV channel. Okay. So I worked up the courage to brave the upstairs room that my dad had played the Ouija board in. Why didn't you just pick a different room, bud? If you're okay with living in the fucking living room and you just don't want to fall asleep to the TV, then fucking take the bathroom. I mean, you don't gotta be in the Ouija room. Not the Ouija room. I feel like that's not how you say Ouija. Is it a Ouija? I don't know. I arranged it nicely with a couch, bed, coffee table, and recliner. Ooh, He fancy. That was a gender stereotype. I don't actually know if this is a girl or a guy, but I'm probably gonna refer to them as a he. They fancy. We'll refer to them as non-binary. They made it the hangout for me and my friends. And while it was pretty sweet, and for a while it was pretty sweet, but like a hit of LSD, which I'm sure this fool knows a lot about. This nasty shit comes in waves. What am I reading? Oh my god. I'll never forget when the next one came crashing down on me and washed away any courage I had built up. Lying in my bed, watching adults swim. It was Friday night. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can call this person a him, but we'll wait. It was Friday night, and I usually stayed up pretty late, because they cool like that. I had reached over to turn my light off and kick back and watch some Family Guy, followed by whatever other nonsense came on after, when I heard tap tap and tried to locate the surface that was being tapped on. Ooh, it's about to get Edgar Allan Poe. Like some visitor came a knocking on my chamber door. Tis some visitor. Okay, sorry, I'm not gonna recite the Raven at you. I'm sorry. That can be a different video. Sorry, I was about to start doing it again. Seeing what was tapped on, it was my door frame. And through the fractal art tapestry I had hanging over my doorway, I could see the silhouette of someone who I assumed was my grandfather. But then it opened its eyes, and I saw the deep red crimson peering through the tapestry right at me. Frozen in complete and total fear, I knew that what had fucked with me in my younger years was back, and it was going to be much, much worse. I never wasted the time to tell anyone about this because I knew it sounded insane, but it happened, and I thought about it all day the next day. When nightfall came, I retired back to my room, hoping in vain for a better night. But it didn't really sound like a voice right at the window. Oh, wait, I missed a line. I was sitting on my couch playing my Xbox from outside my open window. I heard something whisper my name, but it didn't really sound like a voice right at the window, more like it whispered from far away and carried through the wind into my ear. I immediately dropped my controller and felt sheer panic set in, knowing that nothing I could do would save me from the menacing force that was messing with my mental stability. I stood up and went to my grandfather's computer room and grabbed the Mossberg 12 gauge. I assume that's a gun. I don't know what it's gonna do to the voice, but I appreciate the gun just chilling in the computer room. Loving that. That's great. I brought it back to my room and sat there on my couch, waiting to pump slug after slug into whatever may come through that window at night. So he's gonna end this by telling us he accidentally shot his grandmother. Nothing ever did, even if it had. All the firearms in the world wouldn't have done me any good, so why do you got a gun, bro? Who you gonna kill? You gonna make another haunted spirit? You gonna kill one of your grandparents? I don't understand. I don't understand. Although it did, on some levels, make me feel safer. Not long after that, my dad was in the other room? Wait, his dad is still alive? I thought his dad was dead. What? The other room opposite of man. It must have been me, and yelled for me. I was slightly busy with something and said, "What?" He replied, "Your stereo is turning up and down by itself." And I just replied that it must be broken. Dad said, "No, the knob on the volume is moving all on its own." And this was nothing new, spelled with a K, for me. I just dismissed it and honestly didn't need any more creepy shit than I'd already dealt with. Wait, so if your dad was seeing the creepy shit, then you could have told your dad about the creepy shit. But you just said you couldn't tell anybody about the creepy shit. So why are you lying? 15 minutes later, sadly, my dad lay dead in my bathroom downstairs. What? He died of an apparent overdose. I tried like hell to save him. CPR was no match for what took him from this world. He had been acting so strangely lately, making amends with people, apologies for things he did in the past. I think he knew it was coming. The Ouija board kept its promise and took my father last. Many more things happened in those times. So he didn't really know when he was gonna die, though. He just knew he was gonna die last. And so, like, I guess it's just like, oh, the second guy caved the bucket, so I might as well start making my amends. But, like, if you're the last one, to be fair, you could be alive for the rest of your life, and it wouldn't make a difference. Also, okay, I forgot where we were. Many more things happened in those times of my life. Nothing quite as bad as those 3 incidents. So the one was like the red-eyed guy, and then the one was the dad dying, and then the one was the sleeping on the couch with the grandma. Okay. But it tapered off as my father died till I was 20. This is the last incident I will recount for the night, as my eyes are growing heavy, and thinking about these times in my life makes me deeply uncomfortable. But yet you're doing it for a Reddit post? Sorry, I really thought this was gonna be fun, scary stories, and instead it turned into me making fun of someone. I'm sorry. When I was 20, I was still in that same room. Weird. But a little rearranged. I just finished watching a movie and I had to piss so bad with 3 A's. Like doing the pee-pee dance bad. Like doing the pee-pee dance bad. Okay. A lot of information there. But something inside me was begging me not to open the door and traverse the stairs to the bathroom. But what the fuck was I gonna do? Piss my pants? Too old for that, honey. I added the honey because I thought it would be funny. So against every bit of intuition, I went. He peed his pants. That's what he means. No, I'm kidding. Okay. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I instantly had chills run down my spine. Sorry, I'm trying to read and like give you guys like direct eye contact. I tried to ignore this and rounded the corner to the bathroom and shut the door. I finally relieved myself, and man, I missed where I was, and man, it was great. I hate this. Why is there so much detail? Not about the horror stuff. But when I turned around and placed my hand on the doorknob, I had this ridiculous fear wash over me. So, okay, he went into detail about peeing, but not about, like, washing his hands. So, like, did the bitch wash his hands? I hope so. I hope so. I stood there, staring at the door for 15 minutes, scared to death of whatever was on the other side, setting off my spidey senses. Oh, okay, so he's Peter Parker, so I knew it was a guy. I was right. See, guys, I know what's going on. Tom Holland, what the fuck? But just, like, not being able to piss myself. I couldn't really just sleep in the bathroom all night. You slept on a couch for years, kid. I feel like that ain't no thing. Just saying. Just saying. So I gripped the doorknob and turned it slowly, preparing myself for what I could already feel. But as I opened the door, I saw a massive, tall shadow move across my back porch, not touching the ground, but so tall that it bent onto my ceiling. As it traversed the porch and worked its way along the wall toward me, I finally broke the fear-drive stupor that I was in and ran up the stairs. I swear I could feel it inches from grabbing my ankle and dragging me back down the stairs to my demise. I made the corner at the top of the stairs and ran into my room and slammed hard behind me, and I never touched it. Couldn't fall asleep till daylight that night. Believe it or not, these things really happened to me. These are actual memories I wish I didn't have, but it was definitely nice to share with you all. I know some will believe me. Others will think I'm insane. No, I just think you're a liar. I don't think you're insane. But it happened. And I will never forget. Okay, on that note, I really just feel like there's not anything that's gonna top that. And I don't know, man. I just feel like that really got me in the haunted mood that I wanted to be in. So it was fun. It was a good time. It really matched well with my coffee with some almond milk and cinnamon, which has been my go-to right now because spices are expensive, and so if I'm gonna get a spice, I'm just gonna use it for everything, and cinnamon is a good catch-all spice, especially in this season of fall. So if you wanted a dorm room tip, that's my dorm room tip, is if you want a spice that's good for everything and is also very fall, cinnamon is the way to go. I put it in my oatmeal, I put it in my coffee, I put it in on my apples for a snack. I don't really know what else do I use my cinnamon. Chia pudding. Excuse me. I don't know. Cinnamon man. That's my dorm room tip of the day. Ooh, this scary story has made me delusional. Okay, well, if you're still here and you haven't wet your pants in fear yet, I'm really glad. If you liked me doing this, I guess I could do it again. I don't know if I'd be able to do it again before Halloween, which I feel like is the end of spooky season, but I don't know, maybe I could find like a Reddit that's like Thanksgiving holiday horror stories or like family drama or something. I don't know. You know, if you like me reading Reddit stories, tell me, and I will definitely try to find something else I can do that matches the next holiday season, which is, I guess, Thanksgiving or Black Friday. Ooh, I bet Black Friday stories would be funny. Anyway, and if you want to stick around, you totally can, and I would love it, because I make new videos every 3 days, and I would love it if you were here to share them with me. Okay, see you later. Bye.